Good morning, hassle-free family, and welcome to day 5 of our hassle-free sleep challenge. Today we're talking about how to use supplements to support your sleep. Now, as I was writing this portion, I became really overwhelmed with the amount of information that is available. There is conflicting info, there's side effect warnings, there's amazing testimonies, so when you look up sleep supplements, it's all out there. There are also a ton of supplements out there that can help with sleep, but I wanted to narrow it down and make it really easy. So what I'm going to do today is just stick with a short list that I learned in the Boundless book from Ben Greenfield, because he already did all the research and boiled it down to just a few things that we can all wrap our heads around. So if you want to read the entire list of what he has and all of the recommendations that he has, I just recommend grabbing his book. I'm going to put a link to it in the comments for you, and you can go ahead and just do some more research on your own. So please keep in mind that you should consult with your doctor about supplements before you start taking them, in case they have known side effects for any pre-existing conditions that you have or potential drug interactions with medications that you're taking. It's also good practice to use supplements as a temporary tool to get over periods of sleeplessness and trouble falling asleep, and shouldn't necessarily be something that you take every day forever unless it's something like a vitamin. So number 1 on Ben's list is tryptophan. Tryptophan crosses the blood-brain barrier and it's converted to 5-HT, which is a precursor to serotonin and melatonin. It causes lethargy and drowsiness, which is exactly what you want at night. And if you consume adequate amount of protein and eat your carbs for dinner, though most people should not need to supplement with tryptophan. So if you do need to supplement, research shows that 1 gram improves the quality and quantity of sleep. Number 2 is B complex vitamins. These help convert tryptophan into melatonin and serotonin. If you don't have enough B complex vitamins in your body, the tryptophan that you eat or supplement simply will not go on to produce that serotonin and melatonin that you want. So especially B3, B6, and B12 are what you need. If you want more info on my go-to B complex vitamin, head over to our VIP members group for that information today. Number 3 is magnesium. You've probably heard of magnesium before. Well, here's how it works. Magnesium helps convert 5-HT to ultimately produce melatonin. Watch out when you buy magnesium supplements though, because they are not all created equal. The most absorbable forms of magnesium are magnesium citrate, glycinate, taurate, and aspartate. And the cheapest and most poorly absorbed forms of magnesium are magnesium carbonate, sulfonate, gluconate, and oxide. So I recommend just avoiding those last couple ones because they're just not going to do anything good for your body. Effective doses of magnesium range from 200 to 500 milligrams, but more isn't better when it comes to magnesium. Consuming more than 1,500 milligrams per day can result in loose stools. So definitely get your magnesium in, but don't go overboard. Magnesium can be consumed in the form of an oral supplement, a topical balm or lotion, or Epsom salt bath, as transmission does occur through the skin. Magnesium is super important to take because the body can't produce it, yet it is required by over 300 enzymatic pathways. Magnesium can be a limiting reagent when it comes to body chemistry, so make sure that you have enough of it every single day. It's not like you should have a whole bunch of it one day and then just skip a magnesium supplement the next day, so it doesn't really work like that. Once it's used up, it's gone, and you need to just have a little bit of it every day. Number 4 on this list is zinc. Research suggests that a zinc deficiency reduces melatonin levels. Now, he didn't explain the exact mechanism in the book, but he did say that he takes a zinc supplement every day in the form of black ant extract. The supplements that we talked about so far are all compounds that support natural pathways in your body. And when we get into some supplements that are simply a hormone replacement, I want to remind you to use extra caution in dosage and duration. So I believe it's always better to give your body the tools it needs to do the work rather than directly replacing a hormone if you can avoid that. So number 5 on his list is a hormone replacement. It is just straight melatonin. Melatonin is referred to as a natural sleep aid because it is a hormone that is naturally produced by the body and involved in your sleep process. Melatonin supplements don't exactly put you to sleep, but they help your body move into a deep enough state of relaxation so you can fall asleep. Doses as small as 0.3 milligrams and up to 12 milligrams or so on the high end should be more than enough for you to see a noticeable difference. And if you are going to try melatonin and you've never done it before, I do recommend just going as low as possible and just starting with that 0.3 milligrams. I personally like to see usage of fewer than 7 days. If you really do have a need for melatonin for more than 7 days in a row, then something else is going on that you should probably look into. Melatonin is powerful, and just because it's sold over the counter without a prescription does not mean that it can be taken as much as you please. Side effects of chronic heavy melatonin use include headaches, nausea, daytime drowsiness, and even nightmares. So use as little as is effective for you and use it for as few days in a row as possible. So number 6 is L-theanine. This is an amino acid that the body does not produce. The only way to get L-theanine is to consume it, and it's most commonly found in the form of tea leaves, particularly green tea leaves. L-theanine can significantly reduce stress and increase relaxation without causing drowsiness. Research suggests that L-theanine crosses the blood-brain barrier in about 30 minutes and improves mental relaxation without the loss of alertness by acting directly on the central nervous system. So once L-theanine crosses that blood-brain barrier, it reduces the sympathetic nerve system activity. It improves post-stress relaxation, and it lowers blood pressure and reduces cortisol levels and anxiety. So L-theanine promotes relaxation and facilitates sleep by contributing to a number of changes in your brain chemistry. It increases the level of calming chemicals, GABA, serotonin, and dopamine, while also lowering stimulating chemicals. Another pretty cool function of L-theanine is that it enhances alpha brainwaves that are associated with a state of wakeful relaxation, according to an article in Psychology Today. I personally love a cup of decaf green tea in the evening after dinner and didn't know until this week that it was giving me all that useful L-theanine. For those who like drinking coffee later in the day, you can actually use L-theanine to combat the effects of the caffeine on your sleep by consuming 1 part caffeine to 4 parts of L-theanine. So for example, if your cup of coffee has 100 milligrams of caffeine, you want to go ahead and consume 400 milligrams of L-theanine to offset that sleeplessness effect. Or you can just go ahead and skip that afternoon coffee and have some decaf green tea instead. Number 7 is vitamin D. So vitamin D deficiencies are strongly associated with nonspecific musculoskeletal pain, chronic pain, and hormone deficiencies. Chronically low vitamin D levels are also associated with poor sleep and may contribute to the development of obstructive sleep apnea and associated cardiovascular diseases. Risk factors for chronically low vitamin D levels are dark skin tone, obesity, limited sunlight exposure, pregnancy, chronic anticonvulsant use, chronic steroid use, intestinal malabsorption syndromes, or a genetic inability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight. Doses of vitamin D should always be taken with vitamin K2 to limit the risk of high blood calcium levels. And number 8 is actually 2 herbal supplements that are from Stephen Buhner in his book, The Secret Teachings of Plants and Plant Intelligence. And these are about supplementing for specific concern. You would just need to read that book to find specific areas of concern, but 2 recommendations that I found interesting are valerian and 5-HTP. So valerian is a plant, and you can actually extract the essential oil out of it to be able to use all of its calming properties in just a few drops of essential oil, which is really cool. And then 5-HTP. So what does 5-HTP do? It works in the brain and central nervous system by increasing the production of serotonin. And serotonin is one of the great sleep hormones that we want to elevate at bedtime. So today over in our VIP members group, I'm going to teach about a few specific supplements that will give an adequate dose of many of these compounds I talked about today. So magnesium to support not only the sleep, but all of those 300 enzymatic pathways in the body that need it. A fantastic combo supplement that has magnesium, 5-HTP, and L-theanine in it. That is a sleeper's dream come true. Also a daily multivitamin that will give you vitamin D, the K2 with it, B complex, zinc, magnesium, and much more, all in one convenient daily dose. So go ahead and join us over in that VIP group to check that out. So that's what I have for you today. Please join us back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. for the last day of our hassle-free sleep challenge. And I'm going to be talking about naps. So have a great day, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.